Hi, this is cm18 $300 house challenge. I'm Adriana Flores and I'm the designer.
I'm Mackenzie Rivera. I'm in charge of materials.
I'm Isabel Gonzalez and I'm the project manager.
And now, first to go over the concept vision of what we have in mind is to build an eco-friendly, sustainable home that brings much comfort to the community all around. Ensure that it is replicable and able to be self-built so that all can enjoy and can put up the house on their own. It is low tech and make sure that we have local materials so that we don't have any rare materials that no one can get their hands on, and so just to ensure that everything is easy to get, and of course low cost to meet our budget. Requirements regarding this project would be of course having our target budget of 300, which is a little tricky for us, but we're working really hard on it. Having a space size meeting the requirements, and then an area to cook and sleep, which is important to ensure that their needs are in there, able to access drinking water, light, electricity, all the needs that someone might need in a living situation, and to ensure the living situation is resistant to fire and of course safe from animals and criminals to ensure the safety of their well-being.
So next is the materials. For the materials that we chose, we were going to use basic plywood for maybe the walls and the roofing, as well as sheet metal to go over this. This would prevent water from going through the wood. In addition, we're going to use wood pellets for the flooring. This would be like donations, possibly from Walmart and Home Depot. In addition, we would need a solar panel to provide the basic and simple electricity needed. In addition, we would need a possible door just for the front entryway, as well as drawers, which we would get from Habitat for Humanity Restore Thrift Store. These drawers would allow storage for clothing and other materials, possibly food as well. In addition, a window so the structure isn't so enclosed. Some materials we went and saw were from Home Depot. We got a range of prices from 4x4s, 2x4s, piping that we could possibly use, as well as sheet metal and plywood. So at our trip to the Eco Garden, a few things that stood out to me was the safety. A lot of the individuals living there said that safety was their number one priority. They wanted to be able to be protected inside their homes. In addition, storage was another necessity for them. They needed somewhere to possibly place their food and their clothing. Those are things that I found important.
As a project manager, what I found important was the security and privacy of each individual in the home. So that's one of the main things they prioritize. As living on the streets, they're not very secure and can be invested with criminals, or they can just come up on them and not be secure. So they want to be secure and have their own privacy.
And what I got from our visit to Dakota Eco Garden was, since they come from different backgrounds, different ethnic cultures, they wanted a place to cook their own food and have their own storage and whatnot. So having electricity for them to do this, maybe even within the home or outside, that everyone can share, was extremely important, and that everyone covered, because they all are all different. Everyone is different, and we all needed our own little safe haven.
So we did draw out some basic sketches of how we would like our home to look. We went with an idea that we got off of the Dakota Eco Gardens. It was a small space, but because the roof was slanted, it made it look larger than it actually was. The only thing we would need to add on to this would be dimensioning and what materials would be used for each part.
In conclusion, our ultimate goal is to provide an accommodating, durable, and affordable home for someone in need. To improve, we find that we need to improve our basic resources and materials, and provide a comfortable feeling to the home, as well as our overall budget, and condensing the overall materials of the project. Thank you for listening.